Hey, thanks for tuning in to Duct Tape Garage. We need to clear some floor space so we have some room to park some vehicles for the winter. And we're going to be installing the Fleximounts 2-tiered storage solution. We're going to mount it to the ceiling and try to get some of these tires, tools, and spare parts up off the ground. All right, let's open these up and see what's inside. Looks like we have our base for our racking. Now we're getting somewhere. We've got our hangers, or whatever you call it, struts, brackets, installation template, instructional manual. Let me get this stuff out of here. We can see what we're working with. Out so we can see what's underneath. Reminds me of a dog cage. Well, that didn't go as planned. As you can see, I was just cutting the zip ties. Now I just got back from the hospital getting stitches in my hand because I accidentally stabbed it while I was cutting zip ties. So this project's going to be on hold for a few days. Hopefully I can get a little bit more mobility out of my hand, and then we'll continue where we left off. All right, it's been almost 2 weeks. Got the stitches out of my hand where I cut myself, have the scaffolding set up so we can get this rack put together and I can make room for some storage this winter. All right, I learned my lesson. I'm going to use these channel lock end pliers, cut the zip ties, and hopefully not mess up. These are on the wrong angle to use these. All right, what's in here? Ceiling mounting brackets. Not sure, screws, something else. I will be very careful this time. Hardware. That's what I like to see. I don't know what these are. I didn't get that far yet. All right, we got some bolts, some holes. We're going to use these bolts to put our vertical pieces together. This will make it a little quicker. All right, so now we have these brackets. Those go in the angle for the corners. And these go on the flat pieces for the flats. So I'm going to attach these, make sure they're all the same height. The top one here is for the top shelf, and then we'll put one at the bottom for the bottom shelf. I'm gonna start by just dumping them all out. All right, let's start assembling these grids. I just noticed that I mounted the vertical support on the wrong side of the angle bracket, so don't do as I do and follow the instruction manual. All right, now I'm kind of in my own way. All right, before I get this thing loaded down too much, I noticed that it does have a little bit of a swing to it, and there are some brackets that came with this. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. All right, these are what those brackets look like, and they just hold the bottom of the shelf unit. There we go. Now let's check the sturdiness of it. It's not budging at all. What do you do with your old small block Chevy parts? I'm glad I got this. I've already got 2 intakes on here, an oil pan, a couple water pumps. If you want something like this for your space, check out the link and the QR code on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.